New Zealand Rugby League. This time we'll take a look at the boys championship grade with Otahuhu College taking on Western Heights High School from Rotorua. My name is Joseph Green and I'll be taking you through the action for the day as we see Otahuhu College just setting up for what looks to be like them about to kick to Western Heights High School, going right to left on your screen. Otahuhu College, obviously one of the local schools here in Auckland, playing in our Senior A division here in Auckland, and the blue and yellow strip running right to left. And Western Heights High School attended last year in the under-15s grade and making the step up today, or this year, into the championship grade. So great to see them developing rugby league down in the Rotorua region, as well as Otahuhu College fronting up in the championship division as well. A couple of players to watch out for in this Western Heights High School side. Pauakai Jackson Williams will be playing in the number 1 jersey for Western Heights, played for Bay of Plenty in the Dean Bell competition at the start of the year, and he's definitely one to watch. As well as Nigel Harris Kamita, with Nigel's dad in fact being the coach for the Western Heights side and for Otahuhu College. They'll be strong across the park with, big, as South Auckland schools traditionally do have big forward packs and classy outside backs. So it'll be interesting to see how Western Heights High School can step up to the challenge of the championship grade. For those who weren't with us in the first matchup, 20-minute halves across day 1 and 2, a 5-minute halftime break, and then when we get to Sunday for our finals day, 25-minute halves. First up matchups for both of these sides, so no doubt we'll see a few first game jitters from both sides in what is one of the most prestigious tournaments in New Zealand Rugby League. 4 divisions, split over 2 venues with well over 50 teams, so no doubt we'll see a wide range of schools across our 3 days of action. As we see Otahuhu College just waiting on the referee's command to get ourselves underway. No doubt this downtime will be easing a little bit of the nerves that these sides might have, or could do them a world of wonders, as we see Otahuhu get us underway for the first half. Doesn't quite get to hand for Western Heights. It goes close to the dead ball line, but they get a hand on it eventually and got to work their way well out of their own end now. A great carry out of dummy half there from Roman Tahoe, playing out of position, usually a centre, but with a couple of late injuries and a few players away with basketball commitments who will be back tomorrow, having to fill in the halves for today. A good first up carry there for Shaden Morgan. Taking it out of dummy half is James. They're going to need to start executing on attack now to get themselves out of their own end. They play out the back to Jackson Williams. Cops a bit of high contact, but the referee allows it to continue and working into the back end of their set now. Bit extra loving it to play the ball, but they get to their kick. They put it up in the sky. The blue skies are starting to shine now, and hopefully that's the last of the rain we'll see this morning. And starting their set about 35 metres out from their own end now are Otahuhu. A big wind up there from Lemalu Sue, who gets taken just over the 40-metre line. Bonarafati out of dummy half finds his back rower, and Tavita Maka, who's definitely going to be another one to watch out for. He's got big reps on him, and no doubt we'll want to see Maka have a big game here today to really show what he's made of. And another great wind up there for Otahuhu, as we see them earning a penalty. There's a few Western Heights players not quite finding the 10-metre line of the referee, so going to be crucial for them to start working their way into the game. A great carry there from Tu'u Holoaki for Otahuhu College. And this could be a great touch finder here for Otahuhu, who are about 15 metres out from the Western Heights try line now, with a great spot to start their set. Just over 2 minutes into this matchup, and they'll look to capitalise on this very early. We see them work their way back towards the middle of the field now. Finds himself a quick play the ball and they go back to the short side. They play wide out to their winger and Richard Fini-Isaloi dots down and Otahuhu College strike first. Managing to find that space out wide. Some great defensive, or great attacking structure rather from Jacob Pulman at halfback. Identifying where the space was and finding Fini-Isaloi out on the wing and crosses over to add the points. First points on the board. And no doubt we'll try and see Otahuhu College add the extras on this one after a great start for Otahuhu College. And no doubt Western Heights, it's not the start they would have wanted, so they'll want to be right on the money here and working their way back into the game after a bit of a slow start. But no doubt that'll just be down to first game jitters as well. As we see them move in for the kick, just holds up in the wind, doesn't quite get to where it needs to. And the flags are away for that one. Otahuhu 4 points to 0 early on over Western Heights High School. A great opportunity here for Western Heights to obviously making a step up from the under 15s grade last year to where they are now in the championship grade. And no doubt they'll get some great learnings from the step up in their quest to hopefully play finals football come Sunday or just make their way up the ladder and developing their talents a bit more so that they can really start to compete with the powerhouses of New Zealand secondary school rugby league. As we see them back at halfway now and ready to get the game back underway. A great little touch finder there from Western Heights High School, and they're going to get the ball back off the kickoff. Exactly what Western Heights would have wanted coming off the kickoff. As we see them about 25 metres out from their try line now, and they'll be starting their set in a great chance to claw the lead back or possibly even take the lead themselves. James in at dummy half, plays right. Doesn't quite get to hand for Shaden Morgan. And that's not what Western Heights would have wanted with their first chance with the footy in hand down this end of the field. So Otahuhu will look to continue to apply the pressure here. They've obviously taken the lead very early on in this first half, and now they'll want to continue applying the pressure here. Jacob Paul just feeding the scrum for Otahuhu, and they're going to go right, and they want to just find some good meters, and a great first up carry there from Tupai, but doesn't quite stay in his hands and comes up with an error. And Western Heights will get another opportunity here to capitalise on what they had before, but not quite making the most of that opportunity. So they get another one here, about 28 metres out from the Otahuhu try line. The sun's starting to shine down on the field now, and certainly looks like we might get some better weather for the rest of the day as we see them work up over the 20-metre line. James out of dummy half, goes right, finds Harris Kamita. It's a bit of a ragdoll from the Otahuhu defence, but they work their way back towards the middle of the field through Jonah Whare, who gets some big first up contact from the defence. Otahuhu no doubt will want to hold out Western Heights here and keep the pressure on them to try and capitalise. Some big contact there. Gets to Jackson Williams. Gets it away to his back row, and putting Atai Collier doesn't quite get through, and they go blind. Probably not the option that James might have wanted to use out of dummy half there. They had a good opportunity to just bring it back towards the middle to complete the set. Might have got a little bit too excited seeing the try line there and getting a bit of white line fever, but that's what... Sometimes you got to take that high risk, high reward play. And obviously when you go so high, there's a bit of risk to it as well. And unfortunately comes up with an error there for Western Heights. Just a bit of a messy scrum there from Otahuhu, so we'll repack that one, and now we're back into action. And like we saw at that last scrum, a great carry, and hope all Otahuhu need to do now is just hold on to the football and get to the end of their set and just continue applying the pressure on this Western Heights side now. A great offload there for Otahuhu, finds Jacob Paul, a bit of nifty footwork and gets them up to the 40-metre line. And at dummy half was Bonarafiti, and finds another great carry there from Tu'u Holoaki. They're going to need to play off the back of that carry from Lemalu Sue. And they're really starting to find their momentum now well up in the Western Heights half now. Plays short to a centre, and Nu'u Sala gets an offload away. Bonarafiti. A great piece of ad-lib football there from Otahuhu College. A nice offload there from Nu'u Sala to Bonarafiti. And they add 4 more to the scoreboard. As we take a look back, a great line there from Nu'u Sala. Great offload to his dummy half, and Caesar Bonarafiti just manages to get it down before the Western Heights cover defence gets across. And now we're looking at a 8 points to 0 lead, Otahuhu over Western Heights. It's not what Western Heights would have wanted after the start that they had. They had a couple of good opportunities down the other end of the field to make the most of that end of the field. Didn't quite hold the ball in hand or take the options that they wanted, and Otahuhu capitalised on that, worked with the momentum that they had and got back up this end of the field, and obviously they add the 4 points to the board as we see them move in for the conversion, and the flags are up and they add the extras. Otahuhu College taking a 10 points to 0 lead over Western Heights, and they'll probably need to start looking to the experience of Pauakai Jackson Williams now. He's a very clutchy player for this Western Heights side, and no doubt he would have been trying to rally the troops in behind the post to get them back up for this game and start to find their stride again, because with just under 10 minutes left in this first half, with Otahuhu College having the momentum they have, it might be a bit of a challenge for Western Heights to get back into this. But like we saw in that first game, Tauranga Girls coming back after a slow start to get up over Tokoroa High, so who knows what we could see in the back end of this first half. Otahuhu work it back up their field. A great carry there from Lemalu Sue. Sione Tu Holoaki gets offloads away, finds Jacob Paul eventually. And now they're starting some great ad-lib football here from Otahuhu College. A great carry there from Pulusila Tupai. Gets them starting their set 20 metres out from the Western Heights try line. Exactly where they want to be after adding another 6 points to the board. A great carry there from Lemalu Sue. They go blind. They find Silao. He goes close but doesn't quite get there. Tupai in at dummy half. Gets a quick pass away to Lemalu Sue. He goes close as well. And the referee likes it. Just making sure he gets the decision right with his touch judge. All three of them agree, and Otahuhu College, just like that, they roll in again. Some big carries working their way back up the field as we take a look at the replay. And this was an absolute big carry here from Sione Tu'u Holoaki. Breaks multiple tackles and manages to find the speedy outside backs, who manages to find Jacob Paul. Work their way back up the field through the set. And then we see Tupai filling in at dummy half. Finds Sani Lemalu Sue, who goes close. And the referee ended up liking what he saw. Gets over the try line. And now we see Otahuhu College trying to line up the extras through Chanel Silao. 14 points to nil with just over 7.5 minutes left on the clock. Hooks it back around. Doesn't quite hook it enough, and Otahuhu College 14 points to nil over Western Heights High School, who could probably put this game down to a bit of first game jitters at this level at the National Secondary Schools tournament. It's a massive tournament to come into it, and no doubt they'll be feeling the pressure of stepping up to this level after playing in the under-15s grade last year. So a credit to them for taking the step, and no doubt after this game they'll be better for their experience as well leading into the halftime break. As we see them get their way back up to halfway now and the game back underway. Doesn't quite get close to the touchline like the last one did. But we see them working their way back up the field now. And they're looking like a strong side in this championship grade already as Otahuhu College. 14 points to nil up already over Western Heights, and tackle 2 already up at the halfway line. Some classy players that share. Great carry off the back fence there from Leai Toa. Gets out to Jacob Paul on the left, who drops under his centre, and Ilanganga. What a start here for Otahuhu College. They go left again to Jacob Paul, looking up at his options and takes it himself. Just gets over the 10-metre line and tackle 5, 10 metres out. They go down the blind. Gets to his back row, and Jeremiah Finau. And Jeremiah Finau crosses the line. Just breaks through the Western Heights defence like a hot knife through butter, and now we're looking at an 18-0 scoreboard. A great option here from Ilanganga. Plays short to his fullback, who gets it away to Jeremiah Finau. Makes the most of the size difference over Harris Kameta, and Finau just breaks the first up contact. Gets over the try line, dots it down, and Otahuhu College with a wicked start. 18 points to nil up already over Western Heights. No doubt there'll be some tough messages in that Western Heights huddle at the moment, and leading into halftime as well. Probably not the place that they'll want to be first up. But like we've touched on before, it's a massive step from that under-15s grade into the championship grade. As we see Chanel Salal hopefully rectifying his kick from the last one and able to be better in this one. See him moving in. He strikes it better and the flags go up. Otahuhu College 20 points to nil up over Western Heights High School at the moment, with just over 4 minutes left in this first half. And no doubt for a lot of these Western Heights boys, it will be possibly their first experience at this level in rugby league. So it's going to be massive for their development, not only in this game, but across the rest of the weekend as well. To get better at not only playing rugby league at this level, but when they go back to their region as well, and hopefully they can continue on and help Bay of Plenty Rugby League form some strong pathways. As we see the game back underway, eventually gets into the hands of Tavita Maka, who hasn't had a whole lot to do in this first half, but when you've got the forward pack that Otahuhu have, you can leave the rest of the work up to the big boys through the middle. Like we see here, another great carry there from Tu'uholowaki, getting them up to the 40-metre line. They play right off Banarafati, and Jacob Paul throws a big looping pass out to his winger and Tupai, and they find the space again, looking for a pass, takes on the fullback himself, manages to break the tackle, but he gets the ground, and they'll need to find a quick play the ball to play off the back of this momentum here. They get to Ilanganga, who manages to cross the line again, and with 3 minutes left on the halftime clock, Otahuhu College strike again. And just like that, they're well beating the scoreboard on our end, so a massive effort from Otahuhu College here. We saw a great break Down the left-hand side from Pulusila Tupai. And Jacob Paul just playing it off to Paia Ilanganga. Manages to spin his way out of the tackle, reach over the try line and dot it down. And now they extend their lead out to 24 points to 0. Exactly the way that Otahuhu College would have wanted to start this tournament. A massive lead heading into half-time. 24-0 at this stage with the kick to come. And no doubt Salau will probably have to compensate for the wind again if he wants to add the extras. As we see Salau moving, compensates for the wind again. We see the flags go up. Otahuhu College with a strong first half effort. 26 points to 0, leading over Western Heights at the moment. With just over 90 seconds left in this first half, Western Heights will just want to hold out Otahuhu at this stage leading into the halftime break. It's going to be a tough effort to claw this lead back in the second half with how dominant Otahuhu College have been. But we've seen crazier things happen in rugby league, and who knows what we could see in the second half as we see Western Heights just setting themselves back up to get their second half started. Not long left in this first half, just ticking under a minute now, and Otahuhu College with a bit of an unforced error there, just mistiming their runs off the kickoff, and it results in an error in Western Heights High School. A perfect opportunity here to finish the first half off strong and head into half-time on a bit of a confidence booster. As they play right off the scrum to Jackson Williams, and doesn't quite go to hand of Harris Kameta. And just as we say, it's what they might need heading into half-time, it goes exactly the opposite way. A bit of a commentator's curse, you could say, and Otahuhu College will just want to slow the time down here and make the most of the break leading into the half-time period. 26-0 up over Western Heights High School with a dominant first half. Jacob Paul just faking the drop under to a couple of his players and finds Salau with a bit of space on the outside. He gets around Ty Jackson. He's got a couple of defenders to beat. He's got Paul on the inside. Paul takes on the fullback, tries to get an offload away. Doesn't quite get to hand. And that'll take us into half-time. Otahuhu College with a massive start over Western Heights High School. 26 points to 0. Heading into the half-time break. We'll take a quick breather as well. And we'll be back with you in a couple of minutes to recap the action and lead into the second half. Don't go too far. Day one is the New Zealand Secondary Schools Rugby League here at Bruce Pulman Park.
We understand that our customer needs their plant and equipment up, running and available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Using only world-class product from the likes of Bridgestone and Yokohama, there is no compromise for your valuable machines. Our attention to detail and precision is second to none. It's this customer experience that separates Pertec from the pack. Pertec will keep you operating.
Let's get you ready to go out there and have an epic rugby league game. But first things first, let's have a A simple warm-up is a game changer. Not only will it improve your performance, but it will reduce the chances of you getting an injury. And if you want to skip the sore muscles, don't skip the cool down. Now, tackling is a big part of the game, so don't cheat on the technique. A good tackle technique will help keep everyone safe. Collisions happen all the time, so it's important to know how to spot a concussion and what to do if it happens to you or a teammate. Sweet as, have a then go get into it.
This is some story right here! It's glorious! It's an absolute feast!
Tangata whenua Aotearoa e tū, e te tai tokerau e tū, Hokianga kuku e tū. New Zealand stand up, this is our time.
Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen, as we see Otahuhu College taking on Western Heights High School. Otahuhu, very, very dominant first half, 26 points to nil at halftime over Western Heights. As we take a quick look back at the action, Otahuhu starting very strong, and a great piece of work there from Nu'uausala to get the offload away to Bonarafati. That took the lead to 10 points to nil, and we saw. And the next up effort, a great carry there from Lemalu Sue, who got it away to his outside backs who are showing lots and lots of pace, and as they work their way up the field, Lemalu Sue just managing to finish it off and not down for another 6 points. And then we saw yet again a great option there from Otahuhu to go blind, and Jemiah Finau finding his way over the try line, breaking the defence. And that's how we ended up at 26 points to nil at half-time, as we see Western Heights getting us back underway. Doesn't quite get to probably where they wanted it to, and Otahuhu will start the set in a really good spot, only 38 metres out from their try line. And we see Jemiah Finau working his way back towards the middle of the field. A great first half effort from him. And already near the halfway line on their second tackle, so we're going to need to see hopefully Western Heights hold this Otahuhu side out so that Otahuhu don't carry on the dominant fashion we saw early on. Bit of a bobble there from Otahuhu, and the referee spots it as well. Tu Holoaki doesn't quite hold onto the ball, and it manages to bobble into a Western Heights defender, and that defender's going to be rewarded with a great first up contact. And a Western Heights scrum about 36 metres out from their try line, and a great opportunity for them to start on a bit of a high with a great set here. Not quite paying too much attention, but eventually they get it to Jackson Williams, who is probably one of the key players in this side, and will need to start getting his hands on the footy a bit more if they want to have any chance of clawing this lead back. A great Gary back towards the middle of the field through Shaden Morgan. Despite the scoreline, he was another one who had a lot of efforts in the first half to get them to where they were. The ball drifts a bit forward, and the referee agrees with that one as well. So a tough way to finish that set for Western Heights, giving the ball away about 45 metres out from their own try line, and giving Otahuhu some prime real estate here to capitalise on that opportunity and extend the lead. in the last 18 minutes of this matchup here at Bruce Pulman Park. 20-minute halves are a bit shorter than probably what we're used to with secondary school rugby league. But with such a massive tournament, you've got to try and fit everything in somehow, as we see Tu'u Oloaki taking the carry off the scrum, and Bona Rafiti out at dummy half, finds some space, breaks through a couple of tacklers, he's still going and he gets taken 10 metres short of their try line, gets to a quick play the ball. Ota out at dummy half, not what you usually see from your middle forwards, but a great option there. A great short ball from Bona Rafiti, finds Tu'u Oloaki, and they dot over on their first big opportunity down this end of the field, Otahuhu College. If no one was rating them leading into this tournament, then they're certainly stamping their mark on the championship grade, as we see some great nifty work there from Bona Rafiti to play short into Sione Tu'u Oloaki, who extends their lead 30 points to nil, Otahuhu College over Western Heights High School. And they're certainly making the most of the confidence booster leading into half-time. And they've started strong again. And a great piece of work there from Caesar Bona Rafiti out at dummy half, with not only the carry to find them with the momentum, but that last pass to Tu'u Oloaki as well to add 4 points to the scoreboard, as we see Chanel Silao lining up this next kick to hopefully add the extras here. And he moves in. We'll have to compensate the other way for the win this time, and he does so. Otahuhu 32 points to nil over Western Heights High School at the moment, as we counting down into the last 15 minutes of the second half here at Bruce Pulman Park. And don't forget, whānau mā, this is only the start of our action here at the New Zealand Rugby League Secondary School Nationals. But we're only on game 2. We've still got another 6 games to bring to you today. Next up, we'll see in the boys' championship grade as well. We'll see Trident High School from Whakatane taking on one of the other rugby code powerhouses, Hamilton Boys, in their first crack at Rugby League Nationals. So a massive effort for them next up. But we turn our attention back to Otahuhu College, working their way back up the field again. A great carry there from Isaiah Ota gets an offload away to Bona Rafiti, and he's been dangerous for them in this game, has Bona Rafiti. Couple of extra efforts there from Western Heights, but the referee allows them to continue, and a great big carry there from Tu'u Oloaki, who's been massive for them in there. And where they've got to in this game at the moment, they go left to Ota, who plays out the back to Jacob Paul. A couple of mistimed runs, but since there's no advantage gain, the referee's got to allow it to continue. And some big contact there from Kyan Edwards to slow down the play the ball. Ota takes possession of it and works their way back towards the middle of the field. Bona Rafiti will want to play the right option. He plays short to Tu'u Oloaki, and it's almost a carbon copy of the last try. He plays short to Tu'u Oloaki, who just barges over the middle, dots down, and we see Otahuhu College strike again. As we take a look at the replay, you can see the halves out the back trying to find some direction, but Bona Rafiti takes a smart option, and if he's got the hot hand at the moment, you go back to him, Tu'u Oloaki. Dots down again. No one's counting, but there's probably a hat-trick for him, and not one you usually see from your front rowers. Silao moves in, adds the extras, and 38 points to nil. Otahuhu College over Western Heights. Just over 30 minutes left in this matchup, and Western Heights will want to be holding on to what they've got and try and hold out this Otahuhu College side leading into what's left of the second half. With Otahuhu College a massive effort first up. No doubt they'll be wanting to back this effort up over the rest of the tournament, with not only their second game towards the back end of the day, but leading into the rest of the tournament as well. As you see Western Heights get back up to to halfway now, and no doubt we'll be underway in a little bit through Jackson Williams, who's had limited opportunities on the ball. When he has had the ball in hand, he's looking classy. But when Otahuhu run up a score like 38 points to nil, it's a bit hard to get your hands on the football as we see them wind up off the back fence. A big carry there from Tupai. And backing it up off the back of that is Pai Ilanganga, who finds some space. Tries to get away from Kyan Edwards, but doesn't quite break through. And already up at halfway, leading into tackle 2. And then Paul just settling it back to the middle and finding Tavita Maka. And just continuing to roll the momentum up the field. Another great carry there from Lumalusue just to settle the attack. Let the outside backs find their option. They play right again to Oloaki, who's found himself crossing the try line multiple times today. And Bonarafati will play right again. Finds Honga, who will play out the back to Chanel Zilao. Probably not the option he wanted to take. And a great stop there from Western Heights High School to limit the scoreboard to where we're at the moment, and they'll need to work their way out of their own end now. Ty Jackson with the first up carry there out of dummy half, and about 25 metres out from their own line. And Putting Atai Collier getting themselves towards the 30-metre line of their own end, and Jackson Williams coming in for a carry. Some nifty footwork there, breaks a couple of tackles, gets him up over the halfway line, and like we touched on, he's a classy player, and with very limited opportunities, you can tell he's got a bit of go about him. They've got a bit of momentum here as does Western Heights. A great carry there from TK Keel, and they earn themselves a penalty off the back of that. Just a couple of extra efforts there at the play the ball from the Otahuhu College defence, and now Jackson Williams will look to find touch on this one and get them further up the field to hopefully add some points to the scoreboard. It's no doubt it been a tough effort for Western Heights High School first up. A very tough effort there as we see Hira Karakato taking the first carry off the tap, and they work their way to their back row, and Marukore, and some great big contact there from the Otahuhu defence. Certainly stepping their mark on this game has Otahuhu College. They go close over the try line, doesn't quite get the 4 points he's after, but they earn a penalty for their efforts. And they go quickly, and they go left through Tahoe, and he plays it off to Putting Atai Collier. Doesn't quite get to hand. And Western Heights High School just doesn't capitalise on it, and bit of an unforced error there from Tyrone Putting Atai Collier, and now we'll see Otahuhu College back with the footy in hand with just under 10 minutes to go in their first match-up here in the Boys Championship grade at Bruce Pulman Park. Off the back of the scrum, we'll see Otahuhu work their way out of their own end now, and a great carry there from Stanley Kivalu. They go blindside again. Jacob Paul plays out the back to Silao. And Tupai finds some space down the left edge. He's got Jackson Williams to beat. Tries to do the Sonny Bill one-hander, but doesn't quite hold on to it, and it goes into touch. And Western Heights High School will no doubt want to reap the rewards of that one. Obviously the scoreboard's not on their side at this stage of the game, but they'll want to finish this game off on a high and take some confidence leading into the next one. As we see them play the ball and get it back into action, as we see Kyan Edwards drifting across the field and ends up over the 40-metre line, and they're working their way back towards the middle now. Jackson Williamson, a little footwork there, breaks the tackle initially. Breaks another tackle and still working his way up the field, and now they're 35 metres out. A great quick play the ball there, and they need to play off the back of this, and probably been the script of their first half for Western Heights. Some great quick play the balls in and some classy play from Pauakai Jackson Williams, but trying to play off the back of that, it just doesn't quite seem to go to hand. And Otahuhu College with another opportunity here. It's been great for Western Heights to hold the scoreboard for the last few minutes. And it's certainly what they want to do in this last 7.5 minutes leading into full time. A bit of a messy scrum, but the ball gets out eventually. And Tupai just working their way up over the 40-metre line and nearer towards the 50. And a couple of great carries there from Otahuhu outside backs. They find Lemalu Sui again, who along with the rest of the Otahuhu middles have been massive in their quest to get the scoreboard to where it is. They go right to Isaiah Otaota, who just carries 3 defenders with them and gets their way over the 20-metre line. They play off the back of that and they go right to Tavita Maka. And another great carry here. He goes close to the try line but doesn't quite get there. Bonarafati goes left, finds Silau, who finds Ilanganga, who gets offload away. Was a great offload but doesn't quite get to hand. And Western Heights come up with the ball and a 7-tackle set to work out of their own end. And a great defensive stop there from Western Heights to hold Otahuhu out yet again, and they'll need to keep working their way up the field and capitalise on the momentum. They've got TK Keel faking the pass and taking the carry himself. You can see Jackson Williams just barking orders there, and the footy goes to him. He plays out the back of the shape and looking at their options. They find Ryder Paringatai Collier. Gets him up towards the 50-metre line. Who there finds Tyrone Paringatai Collier, and a great carry to get them over the halfway line, but doesn't quite hold on to it yet again. And another error there from Western Heights High School, and we'll see Otahuhu retake position just shy of the halfway line. And no doubt after a bit of a slow patch for them in the second half, they'll want to capitalise off the back of this and add some extra points to help in their quest to play finals football come Sunday afternoon. So Otahuhu setting the scrum up on the 50-metre line. Goes off Bonarafati off the back of the scrum, and they find Tu'u Holoaki, who's, like we've touched on multiple times, has been one of the leading forwards for the side, and they go blind again through Paul. Paul just finding ample space in front of him, and all he's got to do is beat Jackson Williams. He gets around him, and the big dive to finish it off. Jacob Paul, just too much space in front of him, makes the most of it. Gets around Jackson Williams, and he touches down for Otahuhu College, who, after a bit of a slow patch, as we'll see on the replay, he's been great in directing them around the field as Jacob Paul. Just too much speed, too much space from the Western Heights defence. Gets past their edge defence and just beats Jackson Williams one-on-one. Gets around him and finishes it off with the big swung dive. Would have been a 10 out of 10 in my books if this was the Olympics, but we're not quite at that level yet. So Otahuhu College 42 points to 0 over Western Heights High School, as we'll see Chanel Salau try and add the extras yet again. And he does it successfully in Otahuhu College. 44 points to 0 as we hear the hooter go early. And Otahuhu College 44 points to 0. Taking the victory over Western Heights High School. A massive first up effort here from Otahuhu College. And no doubt they'll take the confidence from that one. Otahuhu College 44 points to 0 victors over Western Heights High School. We'll take a quick break in the action and we'll be back in 10 minutes or so with the next clash in the Boys Championship grade between Trident High School taking on Hamilton Boys. We'll be back soon here at Bruce Pulman Park in Takanini for day one of your New Zealand Rugby League Secondary Schools Nationals.